Okay, the other unsystematic risk is a business risk. This risk differs from the financial risk because a financial risk is when the company obtains funds. So, however, business risk happens after the company obtains its working capital or obtains the money it needs for its operation and enters into actual operations and not be profitable, getting or not earning the profit he wants. So a financial risk is probably when the company is unable to return to its financiers. Financiers means it might be for its lenders or for equity shareholders. If it has, for example, for the default that if the company is built, so in short, the company is unable to generate a return for its financiers. The return of these financiers might be an interest or dividend. However, something that you should know is an interest is paid before dividend because they have a primary they have the claim rather than the equity shareholder which have a residual. So the company might not generate enough cash even if after paying its interest the profits may be lesser, and that is a business risk which the company can can manage by working hard. That's why we call this unsystematic risk. The other risk is a credit down risk, which is the risk that credit raters might give the company a low rating. This business risk and financial risk is also common for the banking industries are also because they are one of the companies who can invest as an institutional investor rather than an individual or retail investor. A credit down risk is when there are some credit raters. Credit raters are an agencies that evaluate the credit worthiness of a financial institution. So if those financial institutions did because of any reasons gives us a low rating, it means other investors or lenders when we sell our share, they will look at our credit rating, and if that credit rating is, for example, if it's DD, it is a low rating. For higher credit rated companies, they have A rating. AA rating, that is the highest that can be given for a credit worthy company. But if this credit raters companies considers our company as having a low credit rate or low credit worthy, this means our other investors look at our credit rating, and if it says DDD, this means the lowest. This signifies them that we have a lowest credit rate or credit worthy. We are less credit worthy. That means they will ask our company to give them a high credit rate, a high interest rate, in order to cover or to compensate the risks they are taking of buying a bond that is from a company that is considered uncreditworthy. So the risk that these credit rating companies might give us a low rating is called a credit down risk. The other one is a reinvestment risk. For example, imagine you have a bond or you bought a bond from one company. That bond pays you 5% interest, or that company pays you 5% interest for holding their bonds. And when it matures, if you cannot find another company that pays this much amount of interest, rather it pays you 3% of interest, you have reinvested this money to another company that pays you 3% interest. This resulting in low return compared with the original 5%. So this 5%, the first bond matures and you reinvest your money to another bond, but that bond pays you 3%, which is lesser than the previous 5% interest. This is a reinvestment risk. This is individual specific, which is unsystematic. It's not something that came from the whole country, but this is a firm specific or individual and probably might be managed. Also, the credit down risk can also be managed because if you are credit worthy, you might not get this credit down rating. Probably you might also avoid reinvestment risk that by finding the most appropriate investment that pays you a higher return. The other one is a call risk.